Yeah, I mean, he's obviously what he's done speaks for itself, and anyone that's watched him knows he's a special player and just a great player. So I think people get a little too caught up in just me versus him. You know, it's us versus them as far as a team. So it's going to be the best team's going to win the game, and I mean he's a great player, and obviously we're both going to impact the game. But at the end of the day, the best team's going to win.
What are the differences between that defense and the defense you guys do?
There's a lot of differences. I think all around the board, these guys have more speed. LSU does, so I think that'll be a challenge. But they also do a little bit more as far as coverages and mixing things up, disguising than Ohio State did. Ohio State kept it pretty simple, but they just did a really good job at what they did. They were in cover 3, cover 1, and they threw in a couple different things. But other than that, I mean, they kept it pretty simple, but they were really good at it. LSU is, they mixed it up a good bit.
How difficult was that game for you physically?
Yeah.
You also ran the ball a lot more than you expected.
Yeah, it was. During the game, it wasn't too bad. You're just playing. You're caught up in the game and just trying to find a way to win. But then the next morning, you definitely feel it and really sore. So that was one of the most sores I've been after a game. So it was just a hard-fought game. It was a lot of fun to be a part of.
How's the extra week of preparation? I know this is a long layoff from the semifinal championship game.
Yeah.
Does it help or in between?
I think it helps, especially for us. We were in a 4-quarter game, down to the wire. Everyone had to, play the whole game, and just had some guys just a little bit, dinged up and bruised up. So you want to have some extra time. So I think it worked really well. Then our flight got delayed on the way home too, so it was, we didn't get back till really late that next day. So it was nice to have an extra week. Yeah, it was. Yeah, for sure. I think the biggest thing is just making our possessions count. At least trying to get a field goal every drive. You don't want to punt too much with an offense like that on the other side. But at the same time, we trust our defense, and I think we got a really good plan, and our defense is always ready. So we trust those guys. But it will be really important to when we get a stop to capitalize off that and score points and not just punt the ball right back to them. So I think that's the biggest thing is just playing complementary football. For sure. I mean, in these games, you got to play well, especially as a quarterback. You just got to play well if you want to win. So that's, not just me. A lot of our guys, a lot of our players just got to play well. And, on the biggest stages, that's when, you got to have your players play well. So that's the biggest thing is just the guys that need to, like me, Travis, just receivers, everyone, O-line, everyone has to play well if we're going to win this game. It's been crazy kind of seeing how everything's come full circle. Just, being here, I was in California last year and, coming back. It's been a crazy year. It's flew by, but also you look back, it's like, man, this has been a grind. Like we've been, this has been one of the longest seasons ever. Like actually, like they say, it's I think the longest season that Clemson's ever had. So it's been long, but it's been awesome. Just this year with these guys, it's really special. This group of seniors, wouldn't want to be here with anyone else. From Cartersville, it's just my immediate family, but I got some family coming from kind of all over. I got family in different states, so. But yeah, we'll have a good bit of people here. I got about 5 extras, so yeah.
Make sure you talk all the way closer to the mic.
Gotcha. Yeah, for sure. I think when I watch him, the best thing is just his ability to extend plays. I mean, obviously from the pocket he's really good, but just his ability to, when everything breaks down, to extend a play and either run or, keep his eyes downfield and complete a pass. So I think that's really special. And then just the way he plays the game, he's really smooth, really accurate. You don't really ever see him missing, overthrowing guys. It's just he's just a really good player. So I think those things, especially his accuracy, are really impressive.
comments when people bring up that era?
I think it's just people that don't understand like college football and what I came here to do, and just to be a part of a school like Clemson, a team like this is really special to me, and I wouldn't throw that year away to just sit out in case of injury or whatever it may be. So I think just those people don't really understand the position that we're in and how we it's not just about money or whatever. It's about just being part of a team and really enjoying being with the guys that you've been here with the past couple of years.
Part of that too is it just being a quarterback in the position that gets the most attention? Is it just being the competitor that you are personally as a player that it doesn't even enter your mind?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's I've never thought about sitting out or doing any of that. I don't want to do that. So for me, it's like I said, it's just being with these guys that I've been with the past few years and really finishing and trying to go out on the right note.
How do you block out the NFL talk in general? I mean, most people have been talking about your NFL future for 3 years.
Yeah, I think just realizing, just enjoying the moment where I am right now, and realizing I have at least one more year, maybe two. So it's just it's not that close yet, and just enjoying where I'm at. I mean, this time's special, like I said, just for Clemson and just for college football. This is a really cool thing we get to be a part of, and I think if you look too far ahead, you kind of miss out on the joy of this moment.
What's been the best part of this win streak for you? I mean, you guys do have a chance to 3 in a row. There aren't many teams that have been able to do that.
The best part has just been, I don't know, you come to school and you have dreams of winning a national championship and doing all these things, but it's been cool seeing everything kind of come to reality, and just everything you work for. And Coach Sweeney, he'll tell us at the beginning of the season, like, hey, if we do this, then we're going to be, like, beginning of the season, we're going to be in New Orleans. And, you believe it, and you got a good team, but to actually do it, and the same thing last year, to really do it and prove to yourself that you can do it has been really special. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's true for sure. Anyone can win on any day, but I think just the way really Coach Sweeney, the way he's built this program is just we prepare the same every week, and I mean that's really the biggest thing. It doesn't matter who we're playing, what time of the year it is, but we're going to prepare the same, like it's a championship game, and we've done that. But I mean, we've had some close games, and it's just on any given day, anyone can beat anybody. So you just got to really prepare well and take everyone seriously, and that's been something I feel like we've done a really good job of this year. What is that? I don't think it was necessarily anything happened. I think we just maybe got a little more focused. Maybe, I mean, whatever it was. I think we had played well before that too. It was just that game. We were a little off. We weren't playing complimentary. Made some mistakes. I think that was the only thing, was just didn't play a really good game that game. But I think before that and after that, we played really well and really left no doubt. Yeah, I got to watch the first couple drives, but then it was before us, so we had to go get ready for the game. But I got to watch a little bit of it, and obviously I saw the highlights after, and it's impressive when you can beat anyone that bad, but especially in a playoff game. So it just shows how they're really efficient offensively. They're scoring almost every drive, and then defensively they've been playing really well, especially towards the end of the year. So they're a great team all the way around, but I mean that's how it should be. In a championship game, you got two great teams, and that's just the way it should be. Yep. I think a couple things. I think it gives us a lot of momentum going into next year, winning this game, but also this group of seniors and juniors that may leave, and just all those guys that won't be here next year. I think it's a really big game just to cement their legacy in Clemson. So, 3 national championships looks a lot better than 2, and just what they've been able to do. I forget how many wins they've had. The senior class has been really special. So, but really just the biggest thing is just a goal that we set out for, and I don't think a lot of people really believed in us necessarily. And we believed in ourselves and just worked for it, and it's going to be really special to be able to accomplish that.
How much respect do you have for Joe Burrow?
Yeah, I got a lot of respect, just especially in his journey and what he's had to go through to get to where he's at. Really worked for what he has, and he does a lot of things well. He's really accurate, really good in the pocket, keeps his eyes downfield, and then also just running the ball. He does a good job of just finding plays outside of the pocket, and you're taking what the defense gives him as far as if there's a running lane or whatever it is. So he's really good at that. Throws on the run really well. Just, I mean, anything you can think of, he does well pretty much. Do I think that makes a difference, you said? I think it's just the biggest thing, like I said, is just having that experience. Is, it might help a little bit just with what to expect and all that. But once you get on the field, I mean, after the first play, it's all even. It's a game. It doesn't change anything how big the stage is. But I think just maybe knowing what to expect is the biggest thing. And being here before we played these games, we know it's don't make the moment too big. I think that might be our only advantage as far as that goes. But I don't think it makes a huge difference, honestly. I mean, I lost a spring game too, so people kind of forget about that one. But no, it's it's just what you dream of doing, especially on this stage in college. Even I didn't really necessarily dream of this, what I've been a part of. So I think it's really cool to see what some belief can do from when it starts from the top down and with Coach Sweeney and then down into our team. I mean, it's just if you can believe it, then you can do it, and that's just what we do. And I think it's been really cool to experience this brotherhood and this team, this community of Clemson. It's been awesome. It's not really, I don't necessarily take a lot of pride in it. I think just doing whatever I can to win, and sometimes that's what it takes, especially when you're playing a really good team, is you got to be the equalizer with your legs. They did a really good job in our run game. Ohio State did. They did some good things. So I think just being an equalizer, being able to run the ball, keep them on their heels is really important, and just doing whatever I can to win. Yeah, I mean, same thing with him. He wants to do whatever it takes to win, and we needed him to, catch some balls and run and make some plays in the passing game for us to win. And I mean, he did that. It wasn't necessarily his biggest night rushing, but he did other things that really impacted the game. So just him being able to do that and his versatility really helps us. Yep. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it is. I mean, it is an away game. It's maybe an hour for them down the road, and it's just, you wouldn't want it any other way. I mean, it's really cool to be able to come to New Orleans, such a cool city, and play in a game like this, and especially in other teams from an hour down the road. So it's going to be really cool. The environment in there is going to be awesome, and yeah, I mean, it's pretty much like a road game though, because I mean, it's just so close for them. But yeah, we're really excited to be a part of it.
Trevor, the national championship experience. I think I heard your head coach kind of downplay and say the team was young. You obviously have been here before. Is it an advantage? Do you think you guys have experience?
Yeah, I think some of our guys do have experience, especially some of the older guys. Obviously, they've been here, I guess, 4 times now, or 3 times. But like I said, I think the game's won on the field. That kind of goes out the window once you get on the field. But just as far as preparing and knowing what to expect and the schedule and just knowing how much time, all those things, that can have an impact. But once you get on the field, I mean, the game's gonna be won out there, not in the years past. So it doesn't really matter too much. Not really. I mean, it kind of thought about it a little bit, just especially because T and Amari are from there. But for me, it was never, it wasn't like a down to the wire Clemson or Tennessee. So I don't really think about it too much. But I did grow up a Tennessee fan, so you kind of do. I've thought about it before. I was a Tennessee fan. My mom's family's from Tennessee, so growing up, that's the only thing I really knew was Tennessee football. I watched them all the time. And then I think when I got kind of middle school or high school, I kind of started just I guess when I got offers and stuff, I kind of quit being a fan.
Why did you not
I think it's just you go different places, and as a fan, you don't really see certain things, but when you're a recruit and you're picking where you want to go, and it's going to be your life for the next 4 years, you want to go somewhere where you really just vibe with the people and you feel like it's home. And I went to Clemson a lot. I went to Tennessee a couple times and just really felt like Clemson was home. It was about the people. It didn't really matter that I was a fan growing up. It comes down to where you feel the best at.
As a quarterback, admire the way Joe Burrow plays the game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's a great player. Just his ability to extend plays, just in the pocket, he's really good, really accurate, and the year he's had kind of speaks for itself. But I think it's also cool his journey to get here, and what he's had to go through. It's really cool. So, but yeah, he's a great player, and it's gonna be a good matchup. Yeah, I think I'm really happy for him. First of all, just excited that he's going to get that opportunity, and I think the best thing about him is the kind of person he is. And just everyone says that, but it's true. I've got the chance to talk to him a couple times, and it's just really cool the position he's in, and just he's really down to earth, just a really good guy. But he's a great player. He's going to do well, and I'm excited to watch him, and hopefully he gets back healthy quick. But he's a great player. When we played him, I know it was a challenge, just how accurate he is, and his threats down the field is just, it's really hard to prepare for that, but he's going to do great. So. Not really. I think you have a new team the next year. We lost a lot of those guys. We got new guys here that weren't there, so you can't really lean on that, or you'll end up getting beat. So we just started over and said, hey, this is a new team. Like, this team hasn't won anything. That was last year's team that won that. So that was what we had to just start over. Yeah, it's kind of hard, but you realize, after the game for maybe a week, people care that you won, and then after that, it's like, okay, who's going to win next year? So everyone's already talking about next year a couple days after. So it's not as hard as you would think to kind of move on and transition and say, okay, now let's do it again this year. So it's really not that hard, because everyone else is, they don't really care about last year anymore. They want to see who's going to do it again or who's going to win next year. So that's, yeah.
Trevor, who wins in a 40-yard dash between you and Burrow?
I don't know. I haven't really seen him. I haven't watched enough to see him actually really break out and run along. I have no idea, honestly. I really don't know. It's really special. Not just for the guys that were here last year. Obviously it's really special for us to have the opportunity to do it again. But the guys that haven't been here, it's really cool. Seeing the freshmen that weren't here last year getting to experience it, and then also just, like I said, it's cool being a part of something where you set out to do at the beginning of the year. You have these goals, and you feel like you're the only people that really believe in it, and it's cool to be able to actually accomplish those things and get to the moment to where you get to kind of decide what you want to do. Do you want to win the game or not? So it's really cool to have the opportunity to win a national championship, for sure. I don't think much has changed. Besides that, the team we're playing is a lot different, obviously, so that's a big difference. But the moment is, it's special both times. It's a really cool thing to be a part of, and both are a little bit unique, but the same in just the moment and how special it is.
Was there anything about the experience that you understand now as a result of feel better prepared?
Yeah, I think just not making the moment too big. I don't think I did last year, but just really learning from last year that, playing in the game and being able to win the game is just realizing it's just another game and not making it too big and just but taking in every moment as well and focusing on the moment and not the magnitude of the moment. So it's gonna be really fun just to be here with these guys and really just enjoy it and not put pressure on ourselves, but just enjoy being here. I think it's just, every week's different in football. You never know, like just the teams you're playing, and it's just different every week. So you got to come every week with the same mindset of preparing and playing just one game at a time. And it's kind of easy to lose focus of that for sure. So I think just for me, the biggest thing was just staying locked in and focused and realizing that I want to finish better than I started, and I want to take this momentum into the postseason, and that's when we play our best is in this time of year. So that's the biggest thing for us. It doesn't really matter how I started, how we started. It's just we want to finish well. During championship, what? Sorry. Yeah. I don't know. Honestly, that's a tough question. Because do you mean like national championship or the? I think it's cool the different places we get to go. Last year we were in California and Santa Clara. It's way different than here, so it's cool getting to experience kind of both sides. Just the cultures. I think that's probably my favorite part is getting to go to new places, and you get to do it with guys that you've been in school with for a couple years, and guys that you become your best friends. So I think that's the coolest thing. It just a grinder. He's like the ultimate team guy. He doesn't get any recognition, any of that, but just comes to work every day and whatever he's doing, he tries to be the best. So when I think a guy like that, just a really good teammate, and he's one of my best friends. So just he's really special to me, and I think just the way he works, and he's very selfless. It's really cool to see. Yeah, I'm ready. We've had a lot of media days, a lot of we had a couple at the Fiesta Bowl, and this one now. I'm ready just to practice and really get to the game. Honestly, this isn't like a bowl week experience. It's condensed, so we're just kind of ready to go ahead and get our prep and get out there and play. I think just. I don't know if I'm necessarily tired of it, but the most asked question I think is just if our experience helps us. And I think it's kind of a loaded question. Yeah, it does in some ways, but then again, it's when you get on the field, it doesn't really matter. So, but I think that's probably the most asked one. And and obviously he's really good, and it's hard to kind of put into words what he's done and how special he's been. I think it's just it's different because it's a different team and just a different dynamic of who we have on the team, but it's similar in the moment and how special it is. But also, I was saying like it's cool being in a totally different place like New Orleans compared to Santa Clara, so it's really cool. Yeah, we did. We had class Wednesday and Thursday. We started on Wednesday. Yeah, the first couple of days of class aren't bad. It's kind of just syllabus day and all that, so you don't have to do too much work. But it's going to be hard transitioning back and when we come back from this game. I do. I think we needed it. We played in a tough four-quarter game down to the wire. A lot of guys had to play the whole game, and I think we needed that extra week. But it does make it kind of more challenging as far as school goes. Not really, not off the top of my head anyways. I think their speed is really special, and their linebackers especially. And then obviously their secondary is really good. But then up front, their D-line are big guys that can move, and then they got a really good pass rusher. So just all around the board, they don't really have any weak links. I said that against Ohio State too, but I mean, just both teams are really good, and they're going to present challenges of their own. But I think the most impressive thing is their speed and just sideline to sideline.
Perfect time for me to come in and ask Trevor Lawrence. Gary's trying to get some Snapchat. What's going on, my friend?
What's up, man?
You're a Tiger, LSU Tigers, Frosted Flakes, their mascot, Tigers. Travis Etienne just crushed this segment. I'm going to give you some facts. You tell me which Tiger it is. Ready?
Wait, like LSU Tiger, Clemson Tiger?
Or the Frosted Flakes
Okay,
Tiger.
all right. Okay.
This Tiger recently got a bowl game named after him.
Frosted Flakes.
They're great this year. I think it was called the Frosted Flakes Bowl, but I'm not sure. Could have been on ESPN. This Tiger has graced the cover of GQ. You can't say yourself.
Still one of the Tigers, right? Like the LSU Tiger.
Tony the Tiger. 1974. What the hell? Okay. This Tiger has a daughter named Antoinette.
LSU Tiger?
Tony the Tiger. Did you know cereal mascots have entire families, Trevor?
I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
In 1974, this Tiger was named Tiger of the Year.
Tony the Tiger.
You're sensing the theme now, Trevor. All right, last one, and then more serious football questions. Before being picked as the mascot, he was almost beat out by a kangaroo.
Tony the Tiger.
Ladies and gentlemen, Trevor Lawrence. You'll see him Monday. Trevor, any profound cereal thoughts?
Frosted Flakes is good. I like Frosted Flakes.
They're not just good, Trevor. They're great.
Appreciate you, man. I think really everyone goes back to that North Carolina game, but that was special and just. But everyone talks about it as far as what happened after that, what changed. We played. Everybody thinks we played a lot better, but I think just the biggest thing was seeing how we handled that, and we have kind of a young team, and just seeing how we responded, and we didn't play great, but found a way to win. I think that really showed us what we're made of, and it was really good for us. Not really. It just solidified what we thought. You don't really know until you're in the moment is the biggest thing, and seeing how we handled it, it kind of proved to ourselves like, we can win whatever way we need to. Whether it's by a lot or we have to pull it out at the end. So I think that was just just solidified that.
Trevor, I know you're the main pass academy last summer. Did you show any time to talk at all? I know that's it's a helter-skelter weekend, 3 days, a lot going on there. Did you have any time to talk to Joe at all?
A little bit. I mean, that was the first time we met, so we met and we hung out a little bit. And I was roommates with Jake Fromm, and Joe and Jake are pretty good friends, I think. So he was around a little bit. We got to talk, but it wasn't. We didn't hang out for a long time or anything. But we did get a chance to meet, and we talked a little bit.
Is it pretty crazy that y'all all these quarterbacks are at the Manning Pass Academy in Thibodeau, and two of them are now playing for the national championship in New Orleans, right down the road from Thibodeau?
Yeah, it's really cool. It's just it's a cool experience just to be in Louisiana, in New Orleans, playing a team from Louisiana. It's really special.
How does the experience from a year ago help you guys, as opposed to the fact that this is the first time this is a championship in 8 years now? This guy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think at the end of the day, when you get on the field, that kind of goes out the window. But I think just as far as preparation, it might help a little bit just because you've been here before. You know how the schedule goes. You know how much time you have once you get here and all that. But, I mean, once you get on the field, that goes out the window.